Coach, first and foremost, I guess seniors, it's always tough when you get that last home game in.
It really is. We've got a big group. Just Nick and Brian Crow did a great job, on the scout team, and then we had guys that played. It's a big group of guys and a good group of guys. So yeah, they'll be really missed, and last home game's always tough.
Johnny Lloyd was one of your first guys, and he's probably meant as much to you as anybody since you've been here.
Well, he did a great job for us, and he's been with us long. We inherited some guys that Jovan that first year was special, and Garrett Sim did a great job for us. EJ, so we were really fortunate there, to get some really, really good guys, and. Johnny was the first one that came with us, was with us a long time. So, like I said, we inherited some good guys. JJ was here, but Johnny came with us, so that was pretty good.
You talked a couple weeks ago about kind of challenging them to go out on a high note. Did they respond to that in retrospect about as well as they could have?
Well, the seniors have always been, sticking together and doing a pretty good job, and we've won some games, so that makes it look better. But when guys are competing, and I was never really displeased with them. I was disappointed for we weren't getting it done together. Coaches, players, we weren't getting it done, so that's a disappointment. But you lose a 2-point game and you're disappointed, but you're not displeased with your guys because they fought their tails off. We went to Arizona State, and we lost a close one here to UCLA and Stanford. Those, we battled in all those games. We just didn't do the right things, and that was disappointing.
Senior day, a sellout, Arizona, national TV. Do you almost have to keep these guys in check on it, or worry about them maybe coming out too much, or is that all good? You want them to kind of ride as much emotion as they can?
Well, I think you got to be careful. Arizona is used to being in this situation. They've been in this situation all year. We've had our backs against the wall all year, but this is one that is a little different for us. But our guys will be okay. We got to be a little careful, but we'll be all right.
Well, will you do all the senior day stuff afterwards, like usual?
Yep.
Thoughts on Arizona now that you've, in the last month, seems like they've kind of gotten used to being without Ashley, and just kind of what you've seen out of them last few times out?
Well, I think they're playing really good. Sean's done a really good job. I said that earlier. They have represented the league about as well as any team could. They've been in the top 5 all year. They've won big games. They've handled everything so good. They've just been a great representative for our league. And it's put our league in the national spotlight again, which in my 4 years we haven't been. And so we all owe Arizona something, because they've done a great job, and the rest of us are tagging along a little bit. And hopefully here at the end of the season, all of us can do something special to help the league. But Arizona has really carried the flag for the entire year.
Is this another chance for Wave to be the kind of difference maker he was Tuesday?
Well, I hope he can contribute. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I hope he'll contribute. And he had a fantastic game against Arizona State, and we're hoping Tarnowski with his size gives Wave a good matchup. So we're hoping Wave can give us something again.
Do they look like now, a couple weeks without Ashley, that when you've seen them the last few games, they seem to be kind of getting the rotations and a little different maybe when you saw them last time?
Yeah, you have 2 different periods when you lose somebody. Maybe like the first game or the first 2 games, you have, just everybody gathered together, and somebody steps up big time because they get their opportunity. And then you have that period where, you miss that guy, because the adrenaline, the rush is worn off, everybody's stepping up, and then you make the adjustments and you go from there. And I think they have made their adjustments. Gabe York is shooting the ball. I think he had 4 threes last night against Oregon State, so he's shooting it well. Everybody's picked it up a little bit. you know, and so they've adjusted without Brandon. And Brandon's a tough guy to lose. You know, he's versatile. He can pick and pop and spread the floor a little bit. But Gabe York and some of the guys have stepped up and they've made the adjustments. They're playing pretty good.
Your guys are some of the few who've been able to slow down McConnell and Johnson on one night together. What did you like about what they did in the first meeting?
Well, our activity was good that day. You know, they missed some shots that I think they normally hit. You know, we missed some shots that we normally hit. So, you know, I don't think we played particularly well that day. They didn't play well. They didn't shoot it well. It was two teams that got after each other pretty good. I think both teams played really hard. But I think if you talk to them, they don't feel like they played well. And in retrospect, I'm not sure we did. So, you know, we've got to play better than we did the first time because we know they'll play better.
Kind of putting you on the spot here, but with senior night on Saturday, have you been thinking about any specific memories you've had with the seniors?
Well, you know, the three guys that have joined us just for this year, Jason, Rich, and Mike, you know, have really stepped in, done a great job for us. Brian also, you know, joined our team this year and had a high ankle sprain that kept him out for about 6 weeks that really hurt him. But then Johnny and Nick have been around as long as I have, you know, so those two guys you just got a little more history with. And so it makes it a little tougher there. But, you know, my feelings toward all the guys, they've, you know, the four new guys came in and worked really hard this year and have meant so much to our team this year. You know, it's hard, you know, but Nick and Johnny were here when things were really rough, you know, when we were trying to get it going. And so you have just a little bit more history with those guys.
You may not be able to start 15-0 again, but how important is it to get off to a good start Saturday?
It's a 40-minute game. Last year, Arizona came in here and jumped on us 10-0, you know, and we were able to battle back. We got up 15-0. Next thing I look, it's 17-16 something. I don't know. It was, you know, they came right back. So, you know, a good start's always important. You hate to bury yourself or get down. It did get the crowd into the game early, which was good for us. But every game's different. Every game's unique. But one thing is every game should be 40 minutes, and you guys got to play that. That's, you know, when we were up 15-0, trying to settle everybody down, saying, hey, we got a long game here. You know, it's just the first few minutes.
You mentioned Crow as seniors. Is he graduating? Not coming
Yeah,
back?
he's graduating this
So
year.
he's not coming back.
No, he's going to graduate. He's done a good job for us, but he's going to graduate.
Nick seems like a guy that, I mean, it's tough to find a guy who will stick it out like that, kind of knowing what his role is for that long, isn't it?
Yes and no. You know, he loves the game. He loves his teammates. You know, so I think he's really enjoyed it. You know, he's been everywhere with us. You know, he established himself right away as a team guy, and you know, I've got a soft spot for walk-ons, being a former walk-on. So he's traveled with us everywhere. He's been everywhere with us, and you know, his feelings about his teammates and just his unselfishness is something that every team needs.
How much has he meant to the program for the last 4 years?
Nick?
Yeah.
Well, his unselfishness and coming to practice every day, and heck, that first year our numbers were so bad. He practiced a lot and was a big part of what we were doing. And as our numbers, you know, got bigger, you know, we didn't depend on him from day to day. But one thing we did depend upon is his enthusiasm and for the game and his unselfishness toward his teammates. You know, the guys really respect him for everything that you know, he does for the team. So. You know, he's been an important part of our team for 4 years.
Mike certainly has a reputation as being a good rebounder well before he came here, but these last 3 games have been pretty startling with his rebound totals. Is there a common denominator for why it's just better positioning?
Oh, I don't know. Just looking at the film, he's just, you know, been in the right spot at the right time. He's gone after more balls. You know, the minutes aren't any different, nothing like that. But he's just really focused on it and really has done a good job.
Are you still seeing what you want from the guards rebounding? That was such a big theme earlier
No,
this season.
you know, that still needs. You know, we've got times when they rebound really well, but you probably asked me on the wrong day because, you know, watching that Arizona film last time we played them, I thought they could have done a much better job. So, you know, I guess I'm focused in on that. You know, we didn't do a very good job with our guards rebounding against them last time. Anybody else? See you Saturday. You bet.